What if you could unravel the secrets of the universe? From atoms all the way to galaxies, but without needing a PhD.
Yeah, I mean, getting that foundational knowledge, that's really the core promise behind the Mindful Moments natural science series we're diving into here.
It really is.
The challenge, though, with natural science, whether it's cosmology or evolutionary theory or maybe modern environmental issues,
Mm-hmm.
is that the original books can be, well, dense.
Definitely dense.
So our mission, the mission of this series, is really to make these incredibly complex topics accessible and deeply intriguing for any curious adult students, lifelong learners.
Right, making it engaging. And before we fully unpack the science itself, maybe we should mention how we're tackling these huge texts.
Good point.
You are experiencing a unique two-host AI conversation. It's powered by Google's Notebook LM. And this allows for deeper, more dynamic book summaries.
Exactly. And this system lets us, well, rapidly cross-reference ideas, check nuances, make sure the original author's point isn't lost in translation, so to speak.
And what's fascinating is how we handle the landmark books, isn't it? We don't just summarize.
No, not at all. We synthesize. We look at foundational works, maybe like Brian Greene's The Elegant Universe or Stephen Hawking's A Brief History of Time.
Classics.
Right. And we show exactly how those huge paradigm-shattering ideas can shift your entire understanding of reality.
But summarizing something like, say, space-time curvature or general relativity accurately without oversimplifying it, that's tricky. How do we keep the scientific rigor but also make it enjoyable?
That's where the storytelling really comes in. We explore the learning process itself. The successes, yes, but also, crucially, the challenges of discovery.
The human side of it.
Precisely. So when we talk about climate science, for instance, we don't just state the findings. We might analyze the historical resistance or the initial struggles in gathering global data, the human element behind the breakthroughs.
And that approach actually delivers practical skills for the listener.
Absolutely. That's key. You gain tools for evaluating evidence yourself, maybe detecting persuasion or bias in reporting and applying reasoned arguments to the latest debates you hear about.
That's incredibly valuable today.
It is. When we cover Richard Dawkins' The Selfish Gene, for example, we zoom in on that really counterintuitive idea that we're essentially survival machines for our genes.
That one always makes you think.
It does. And that philosophical nugget instantly reframes how you might look at modern society, individual behavior, all sorts of things.
Or think about Carl Sagan's work, The Dragons of Eden. His ideas about the structure of the brain, the reptilian, mammalian, rational parts.
Yeah, the triune brain concept.
Right. It helps us map our own, sometimes irrational behaviors today. It connects ancient biology directly to, say, contemporary ethical dilemmas like those coming up with gene editing technology.
And to keep all this organized, because it's a lot of material, the series breaks down the exploration into 3 core stages. First up is the summary. This gives you the essential ideas, traces the roots of the scientific principles, and highlights their real-world significance, sort of the foundation.
Got it. Then we move deeper into the analysis. This is where we really scrutinize the featured science book.
Exactly. We go beyond just recapping the content. We look hard at the author's evidence, their sources, the logical structure of their arguments. Is it trustworthy?
So you might show, for example, how certain data, like in climate modeling, could be statistically misrepresented sometimes.
We might. The goal is to train you to spot that kind of statistical sleight of hand yourself.
Useful. And the final stage.
And finally, we engage in the critique. This is where the science often blends with really pressing philosophical or ethical questions. Think about CRISPR technology and what that means for the future of human evolution.
Big questions.
Huge questions. And this whole process, summary, analysis, critique it, directly helps develop your media literacy, sharpens critical thinking for this, well, rapidly changing world we're in.
And it's this detailed approach, this methodology that lets us produce our affiliated content too. Mindful Moments. That's our YouTube channel offering AI book analysis, summaries, and critiques. It really aims to inspire reflection and rational thought.
Yeah, it gives you a great visual complement to the scientific ideas we discuss here. It brings it all together.
Okay.
Ultimately, by weaving these 3 elements, summary, analysis, critique together, we make sure you receive the insights needed to become a more independent, critical thinker.
So thinking about all the foundational discoveries we touch on, maybe gravitational lensing from Neil deGrasse Tyson's work or quantum field theories, what single foundational discovery do you think shapes your current view of the universe the most? Something for our listeners to ponder too.
Explore our many podcasts. Click on our logo to subscribe, share, and strive for clear, critical thinking.